Hi guys, welcome to Scott's Garage. I'm your host Scott. Today I want to make a small forge. Very small forge. I always wanted to make a couple of knives, which I'd have to temper and whatnot. Well, I can also melt aluminum and cast very small parts. Just for those two reasons alone, I want to make one. It's gonna work off propane or charcoal. You have the option to use one or the other. Okay, here we have a disposable small propane container. That's what we're gonna use for our forge. It's gonna be that small. See that? 4 lock washers, 4 X nuts, 4 washers, and 4 long bolts. And a fitting for the either for your propane intake or for your air intake, one of the two. But we're gonna need these things, and of course we're gonna need the plaster of Paris and a little bit of sand. First thing I need to do is take this and we're gonna cut it right here along the edge, so we have ourselves a nice container. Plus it's an old propane disposable container, so it's still pretty thick because it comes with propane, right? There you have it. It's all sanded and everything. Here's the top part. Okay, next we're going to drill some holes so we can put on some bolts like this and like this. These are going to be our 4 legs, so it can stay off your bench top like this. And also after that we're going to drill a hole for our fitting here, so we can put our propane torch in the back, or an air source if you're going to use charcoal in it. Okay, once our holes are drilled, as you can see, we got 2 there and 2 right here. We're just gonna put in our bolts, and the measurements for me, what I did, it was 1 inch, 5 inch. So you want to take your bolt, slip it inside. Okay, put in your washer, put in your lock washer, and put in your nut. Just like so. And we're just gonna see, that's 1 leg. Okay, my 4 legs are up. There it is. Now we're going to drill a hole for the propane intake. Okay, this is where we're at. I just had another idea. Since this is the propane layout, it's just like this on the table. You put your torch in here and off you go. You get your forge going, right? But when you're with charcoal, if you decide to do so, I want to also put little legs on the bottom. So I'm going to put 3 little legs, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. So we can stand it up and just put charcoal in it like that and throw in whatever you want to forge, right? So let me put 3 little legs on the bottom. Same principle. Drill 3 holes, put in your screws. There you have it. The standing forge or a laying down forge. Okay, what we need now is 1 cup of sand, 1 cup of plaster of Paris, or equal parts, right? And a little bit of water and a mixing bowl. It goes a lot better. There we go. So now we're gonna mix this. I found this Armor All. It's a nice size to insulate my inside, see? Yeah. I'm gonna put that in center and just shove my plaster inside the wall there. So that's gonna give me a nice, really nice insulator. And there we go. I removed the center core, and we have ourselves a forge. There we go. There's our opening to put our torch in. Okay. And this is still pretty wet. I just managed to shape it somewhat, and you know, it's ready to go. As soon as it's dry, you put a propane torch here, and you put your knife in here. It should glow red in just a matter of a few minutes. So this is kind of a dual purpose, charcoal or propane, but I'm personally gonna use it for propane. I got a little torch gun, which I'm gonna get an adapter hose to hook up on one of my big tanks. Just put the nozzle in there and turn it on. It's good for little projects. Heat up a bolt, temper a knife, or do a little aluminum casting. But this, with a torch in there, with the insulation like this, it should be good for about 2,000 degrees. Once the insulation gets hot, which only takes a minute or two, this whole thing should reach about 2,000 degrees in a matter of a few minutes, and which is plenty hot to melt aluminum or to forge your small projects like knives, and if you want to try to forge a piece of a bolt or anything small, you throw in there, make it go red. It's a small forge, but it does the trick. I kept the top because maybe in the future I'll put an hinge on here, so where I could close this if I want to. I thought it was a good idea. We'll see. Yeah, so I paid $1 for this, and I paid $3 for the material, so it's a $3 forge. Perfect little thing. Alright guys, on that note, I'm Scott, and this is Scott's Garage. I hope you like this project, and don't be shy. Make one. It's really cheap to make, and we'll catch you guys on my next video. Alright, bye. Didn't make quite enough, so I'm just gonna make a little bit more.